the indeterminate state, the uncertainty. These are all aspects of the observer effect. We ultimately were describing the observer effect, where the photon emitting or being shot out by the observer, where that photon hits or somehow interacts with the photon of the object being observed, and at such a bare, indivisible level, subatomic level, their interaction constitutes one as being the active and the other being the passive, one being the determined and one being the determining, the observer being the determination or the determiner. What is determining? Because it's always changing, the object, and the object being the passive, always being determined, changed, configured, reconfigured by the observer. And interestingly speaking, this is the very, very mechanics and description of a basic fundamental law of entropy, which is wrongly defined as study of chaos. Well, chaos is the character, it's the face of indeterminacy. Things in an indeterminate state are not necessarily chaotic. They're just not being observed and therefore conceived into being. They might all exist in every way and in multiple ways and even in more complex ways, but just not in that specific way that it comes in when you directly observe it. And so the basic law of entropy states that systems over time inherently enter a more chaotic state. And put in another way, this simply means that when things are left to their own accord, they ultimately just become more indiscernible, they become more chaotic, they become more unpredictable. You can't predict or say which way is coming which, or why things are the way they are after being observed in the condition they come in. You know what I mean? Like, how did that towel get there? I just left my room, nobody was even in it. And next thing I come back and it's dirty. You know what I mean? It's like on a subtle level, things just change. Just by the own change of space-time, which ultimately is the physical substrate and which we call space, and the behavior of that space, which is ultimately time.